Right, here we go. Back again. Back again. Alright. And today it is the third episode of the Unpreviously Fought Syndrome. Right? And yeah, as always, this of course is a dead giveaway in terms of the agenda and how it is manipulated. And to begin with, this is from the Daily Mail, 22nd of July 2020. First humans may have reached the Americas and settled in Mexico 15,000 years earlier than previously thought, study shows. Right, so it must be true. So I would imagine, well, you would think that they must have obviously found a skeleton or bones or something along that lines, right? And as you can see, it shows you a photo of a stone arrowhead, a tool. So what does it say? Well, it says modelling reveals humans arrived on the continent around 33,000 years ago. Yeah, ain't that a coincidence? So not 32, not 31, but 33. And it's, yeah, computer modelling. Shock horror, right? And it says nearly 2,000 stone tools were found in the Mexican cave over a 10-year study period. And their age was calculated using radiocarbon analysis. Right, so it's carbon dating and it's stone tools. But of course, you can't date stone. And as you can see, can stone be dated? For radiocarbon dating to be possible, the material must once have been part of a living organism. Right, this means that things like stone, metal and pottery cannot usually be directly dated by this means unless there is some organic material embedded or left as a residue. So yeah, you cannot date stone or things like metal, but you can date something that has been part of a living organism, like a human or even an animal, right, or similar. So what exactly have they dated? And if we go to the Independent, and this says the 22nd of July, this came out, humans reached the Americas 11,000 years earlier than previously thought. So as you can see, it's not 15 that they say, it's 11. So take your pick. But what I want to point out is this, and it says, the investigation at the cave has even been able to reconstruct the area's ancient environment and climate, partly through an analysis of plant DNA extracted from buried sediments in the cave by a leading member of the investigation team. Right, so they didn't date any humans, bones or animal bones or even stone tools like it said. What they dated was seemingly a plant. Right, so yeah, it's all based on a radiocarbon date of plant DNA. So there you go, so it must be true, right? And as always with the syndrome, the Unpreviously Fought Syndrome, you can see how it's used to fit certain agendas, for sure. And again, it's a dead giveaway. So what about radiocarbon dating? What use is that? Well, if we go to the Smithsonian, our good friends, right? And we rewind back in time to 2016, as you can see, thanks to fossil fuels, carbon dating is in jeopardy. Oh dear. So what does it say? It says, thanks to fossil fuels, carbon dating is in jeopardy. Right, one scientist may have an easy fix. Shock horror. If only there were such an easy fix for climate change. Right, just a classic headline from the likes of the Smithsonian Museum. Criminals, of course. And it says, today, the amount of carbon dioxide humans are pumping into Earth's atmosphere is threatening to skew the accuracy of the technique for future archaeologists looking at our own time. That's because fossil fuels can shift the radiocarbon age of new organic materials today. Right, making them hard to distinguish from ancient ones. Wow, so yeah, they can't even tell the difference between a plant from today or last week or a plant from 10 years ago. That's how good carbon dating is. And of course it's down to global warming and fossil fuels. So yeah, it's probably our fault. Sure, why not, right? And moving on from that, but sticking with the syndrome, and this is from Novanight.com. Active volcanoes on Venus make our neighbour plane even worse than previously thought. And yeah, good old NASA, how did they miss that one, right? With all that money they spend. And this is Medical Press 2 days ago. Birth weight charts need revising. Babies should be bigger than previously thought. Huh, ain't that something, right? And yeah, it sounds like babies are getting smaller and smaller. I wonder why that is. And this is from space.com, 7 hours ago, 22nd of July 2020, the year of deception, of course. Mistaken identity. Researchers uncover true nature of monster black hole. Right, and I read this, and yeah, NASA missed. They missed it again. And not only did they miss a black hole, but they were actually supermassive black holes. That's what they tell us. So yeah, great stuff. And this is the Daily Mail 20 hours ago. Dementia risk leaps by 30% if you live alone in your 50s and 60s, research says. Right, and again, this is the 22nd of July, and it says, dementia risk leaps by 30% if you live alone in your 50s and 60s, as isolation takes a much greater toll than previously thought, research says. Now, ain't that something, considering the whole world just about has just been in isolation for months? And if you look at Science Alert 2019, isolation has profound effects on the human body and brain. BBC 2014, how extreme isolation warps the mind. When people are isolated from human contact, their mind can do some truly bizarre things. Now, ain't that something, right? And if you look online, it will tell you that research indicates that perceived social isolation, PSI, is a risk factor for and may contribute to poorer overall cognitive performance and poorer executive functioning, faster cognitive decline, more negative and depressive cognition, heightened sensitivity to social threats, and self-protective confirmatory bias. Right, so not only will your cognitive performance become poorer, but you will become depressed, you will be very sensitive, stressed, and possibly even begin to forget things that have happened in the past. Right, so yeah, the effects can be pretty crazy stuff, really. And yeah, that'll come as no surprise, I'm sure. And sticking with the syndrome and CV, This is from the Sydney Morning Herald, right? Iran president says coronavirus outbreak may be not 10, not 50, not 60, but 100 times worse than previously thought. Ain't that a surprise, right? It's probably a study done by Bill and Melinda Gates. And this is Echo Watch 5 hours ago. Coronavirus infections could be 13 times higher than reported. Right, new study says. And again, it's probably a study done by our hero, Billy Gates, right? Or Jill Gates, if you like. And sticking with CV, because, yeah, it's the previously thought syndrome is all over the CV, that's for sure. And as you can see from Fox, children may be more likely to spread COVID-19 than previously thought. 15 hours ago, 22nd of July, 2020. But of course, our champions are back again. And they are, of course, Science Daily. And yeah, just another classic from our champions. As you can see, 4 days ago, Antarctica more widely impacted by humans than previously thought. Shock, horror. So, what is this then? Surely it's not going to be computer modelling. Not again, right? It says in the source, University of the Witwatersrand, right? Summary, using a data set of 2.7 million human activity records, the team showed just how extensive humans' use of Antarctica has been over the last 200 years. So what's data set? Well, it's computing. It's computer modelling again. What a surprise, right? The ever faithful computer modelling. Hip hip hooray. And it says a collection of related sets of information that is composed of separate elements but can be manipulated as a unit by a computer. Hip hip hooray. And what a surprise that it would say that it can be manipulated, because that's exactly what it is, right? And as always, once again, the phrase "than previously thought" has been a dead giveaway in terms of how the people in control use it to fit their agenda, how they suit. But hey, maybe it's for our protection or for our safety, right? Because yeah, the world is in a better place than it's ever been. Sure, look around, okay? And I will be back tomorrow with the Friday fix. And yeah, I must admit it has been an absolutely crazy week. So yeah, look out for it. And I just wanted to finally leave you with this. And yeah, as you can see, this is a mask wearer, if you like. And you know, these mask wearers are so bloody smart and intelligent that about 8 out of 10 that I now see, they don't wear a mask to cover their mouth. They wear it to cover their chin. So yeah, I must have missed that one from Science Daily that said wear a mask on your chin. But there you go, the majority of people who wear them seem to think that that is where they go. This is how intelligent these people are, right? And yeah, that is about it. Bye-bye.